What's up, YouTube? Kedgris here, and this is my match preview for Nottingham Forest versus Sunderland. This match is set to take place on April 24th, Friday, at the Stadium of Light, and we got some things to talk about. Sunderland pushing for a European spot, us trying to secure safety before we head off into the sunset to fight for the Europa League title. We got some things that we got to cover, though, injury updates, unfortunately. And, the draft is today. I know a lot of people don't care, but I am American. The NFL draft starts tonight, and my team's not picking the first round. Anyways, let's get to it. So, as with all previews, we start with injuries. Looking at the Sunderland squad, Mundle will be out. Bertrand Istor Traore will be out. Angulo will be out. Ty B looks like he's being assessed 50%. I'll go with the assumption he will not play. Alderete is back for them. I know he's a big, important piece of their defense, especially at center back, which is where he plays. So he is back and firing. Simon Moore has also been ruled out. And looking at this, 1, 2, 3, 4.5 injuries. Not bad for this late in the season. So we're pretty much playing against a full power Sunderland team. And I think they play good football. I really do. I like the way they do it. I think the problem with them lately has been defensive. And with Alderete back, they're going to look better. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I think we can do it. Moving to Nottingham Forest, as you can see, the top of the list, Callum Hudson-Odoi. It's been confirmed that he has suffered an injury to his right quadricep muscle. Following further specialist consultation, the winger has undergone surgery, which means he will pretty much be out for the rest of the season. Maybe he gets back on limited minutes at the end, but he's effectively done. Unfortunate for him. I've been a heavy criticizer of him. But like I've said before, I don't really want players to be injured no matter how much I criticize them. And I think we'll play better without him, but not because of the position he played, if you know what I mean. Like, we're going to play, I think, Morgan Gibbs wide in the left wing. I think we're going to play better with Morgan there. But it's more because Morgan is away from the 10 position than Callum Hudson-Odoi being out of the left wing position. If you can kind of get my drift. Moving to the other injuries, Victor out, Savona out, Bali out. Dan Ndoye being assessed currently, had a knock. I don't know how much he's going to contribute for the rest of the season. He kind of ran his mouth after the Switzerland international game about not getting minutes. And has since then absolutely shit the bed when he's come on. Honestly, Bakwa looked better than him, and Bakwa against Burnley looked terrible. Like, it was bad. Like, I even put out a short. Like, I'm done, dude. He needs to go. And Doy, I think, I've seen enough talent where I think he can play right wing position. But we need to understand that he's a right winger, not a left winger. I don't give a shit what a player prefers. I give a shit about where he's actually good at. As for Murillo, who came off against Burnley as well as of the April 19th. I don't know. Spoke to him, said he thinks he is not serious, and I hope. Who knows with Murillo, bro? Every time you think he's got an injury, he's pulled a hammy, he's pulled up. It's always been he's been back or he's played the rest of the game. Dude, he's a monster. He's a physical monster. I have no idea if he's going to be available or not. I'm going to go with the assumption that him and Dan Doy are available just because 25%. I do think, though, that if he's not available and we play Jair Cunha at left center back, I'm fine with that, to be honest with you. I really am. I think he is a really, really good player, and I could make the argument, especially when it comes to passing, he looks better than Murillo. Like, the balls he was playing in against Burnley, I was like, oh my God. Now, can you do that consistently week in and week out? I don't know. He's a young player. We'll see. I think he'll get a nice run of games here at the end. And I pray for him, man. I hope he gets and does his best. Moving to the Sunderland lineup. This is the lineup they played against Aston Villa, where they lost 4-3. Insane game. Absolutely great watch if you're neutral. I watched it and then went back and watched the highlights because that's how good it was. They seem to have settled into what they're gonna be. Perusing some of the channels, a couple of things. So Roofs at goalkeeper is pretty much established as he's their number one. Alderete is back. He is the guy. He plays the first change made. I think will be here. A lot of Sunderland fans seem to think it's going to be Ballard. Ballard is like a folk hero for them. I actually do not know exactly how good he is. I just know he can score really good headers. So maybe, if you're a Sunderland fan, you happen to catch this video, let me know because I have no idea. Like I said, I've only seen the highlight reels. But they seem to be recommending Ballard to come back in over 09. Looking at left back also, Ronaldinho came back from injury. Some people are saying that Hume should start over him because Hume scored against Aston Villa. But a lot of people seem to prefer Ronaldinho over him, even though he had defensive errors in the Aston Villa game. I think they'll probably go Ronaldinho. Their manager doesn't seem prone to make changes unless he's forced to. So that's going to be a kind of a common theme as we move forward in this lineup. Mukiele at right back. Sadiki and Xhaka. Xhaka, man, what a bargain signing, dude. Wow. Like, I know he's getting old and up there, but man, I was watching him in that game. He's still got it, bro. He's still got the passion. Yeah. Maybe not as much athleticism, but enough. Just looks so good. He's definitely the heartbeat of this team. Sadiki, decent player. He plays more of a free roaming kind of 8 role like Anderson does in our team. Maybe in the front line, we start with some controversy. So Diarra didn't. A lot of people want Lefay, who's playing left wing, to move into that 10 role where Diarra is. But apparently the consensus is the manager's not going to drop Diarra, especially after some spicy press conference comments about him. So I think Diarra plays. Lefay plays on left wing, although some people say he's playing in the middle. An alternative on this left wing, I was heard somebody talking about it, was Talby. Tubby. I think that's how you say his name. But I think he'll stick with this. Rig on the right, scored against Aston Villa. Apparently he's been looking really good. I haven't really noticed him that much, especially when I was watching him. He scored, and I was like, wait, what? So he's probably going to keep his position at right wing position. And then up top, Robbie has pretty much secured the role. Had a bad match against Aston Villa, so you could make an argument for Isildur to come back in and be the striker, especially with Isildur having more pace than Robbie being more of a physical striker against our lineup. Yeah, as you guys know, against the Serbinator, you don't really want to get physical, you know what I'm saying? So they might go with Isildur just to change it up and have more of a pacey striker. But I think, like I said, this manager, when he has like his guys, he wants to sit with them. But I could see that changing. I could see Lefay going to 10 and then the left winger coming in. I could see Ronaldinho switching to Hume. So they have some options, basically. And this is pretty much the team that they're going to go with, though, I think, based on the manager and how he usually kind of does things. It takes a lot for him to make changes. As for the Forest team, this is the team that started against Burnley. Obviously, Hutchin on the right, back on the left. Obviously, Bakwa, absolutely terrible performance. I'm pretty much done with him. He just plays with fear. And if you're a player at this level playing like that, you're just not going to make it. I'm sorry, bud. Time for you to go. Moving along, Murillo, like I said, I'm going to go with the assumption that he's okay and he's good to go. Take that as you will it. Cristiano Wadinho, great performance, although once again I feel bad. He didn't score, but he had a good performance. Anderson looked back to his usual levels. Maybe not 100%, but at least way better than he's been the last couple months. Shout out again to him for his mom. I'm still going to pray for her tonight. And basically everything else is established already. The real question is what do you do now that Callum Hudson-Odoi is injured? You don't really have a lot of winger options. Do you play a 4-4-2 with Igor Jesus? We play Friday, but then we don't play again until Thursday the following week. So we have a pretty good chunk of time. So I expect us to go full power on everything. So what does full power force look like? Something like that. Do we go with a three back? We go Murillo, Milinkovic, Cunha, Aina, Sangari, Anderson, Williams, Gibbs, White, Hutchinson, and Wood? Or do we go a 4-4-2 with Wood, Igor Jesus, Gibbs, White, Anderson, Sangari, Hutchinson, Aina, Milinkovic, Murillo, and Williams? I think it really depends heavily on whether Murillo is available or not. I think if Murillo is available, we play a 3-4-2-1. Why do we play that instead of a 4-4-2? I just think a 4-4-2 with two strikers. What it did against Burnley is it made us space ourselves. And that was really good late in the game when we were trying to score. But it was also very, very defensively vulnerable. There was a lot more better counterattacks by Burnley when we were playing that formation. So I think we're going to go a little bit more secure, especially to start the game. And I think this is probably going to be what we go with. Murillo, Milinkovic, Cunha. Cunha, great player. Anderson, Sangare, both in the middle. I expect Sangare probably to drop into the space and allow Cunha and Murillo to kind of push up the wings a little bit more. Williams and Aina, obviously great players. And then Gibbs, White, Hutchinson. Gibbs, White coming off the hat trick. Got to play him. Anderson, Sangare in the middle, and then Wood up top. Now, what we could do later in the game, or if Murillo's not available, is switch to the 4-4-2. I mean, it's just one substitution. I mean, you can substitute off Murillo if you feel like maybe you got Knox. You can play like Jair here. I do not want to see Morato ever. And, I mean, that's not bad either. We obviously scored a lot, but like I said, a lot more defensively exposed. So I would start with the 3 back and then switch to the 4 back if we really need a goal. I just think this is more defensively solid and does what the 4-4-2 wanted us to do, which is space us better. I think this is what we go with. So, what do I think the score is going to be? Well, Sunderland have lost to Aston Villa, but they are back at the Stadium of Light. They'll have Alderete back and probably play Ballard in defense, which means they're going to be solid. We have been looking high-flying, but seem to not be able to get goals anywhere else. Can we finally get Cristiano Wadinho on the board? Can he score in this game? I want to believe it. I really do. I think he has worked hard since he came back. He's looked great. He deserves a goal. Hutchinson also needs to score. I hate seeing him play out wide on the touchline. To me, he is a winger that plays on that inside space, like an inside forward, in that little half pocket between the fullback and the center back. That is where he earns his money. This formation allows him to do that. So, who scores? Who doesn't score? Are we defensively solid? I think we win. It's going to be a cagey affair. I think we win 1-0. Maybe not as much possession as you'd like, but we get the job done away from home at the Stadium of Light because we are better away from home than we are at home. I think we take the cake. We win this 1-0. We've broken the home curse. And I think we can do it. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what your score prediction is. Have I been fair in my assessment of the team? Would you go the 3 back or a 4 back? And at the end of the day, come on, you Reds.